Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you. With Allstate, I've seen drivers in LA putting on makeup while they drive. I can proudly say I've never done that and never will.
The more safely you drive, the less you'll pay. Who doesn't want to pay a rate based on your own safe driving? You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in Alaska or California. Subject to terms and conditions. Rates vary by state. In some states, participation in DriveWise allows Allstate to use your driving data for rating, and your rate could increase with high-risk driving.
Hey, handsomes, we have some exciting news. We're putting on another live show. We're all going to be in Toronto this summer, and we thought, why not keep it handsome in Canada for a change?
I'm so excited to be in my hometown. So Saturday, August 24th, Handsome will be live at the Danforth Music Hall in Toronto in Canada. You can get your tickets now. It's on sale with pre-sale code Keep It Handsome. So go to @HandsomePod on social media for the link and get your tickets now because I think it's going to sell out.
Again, that's Handsome live at the Danforth Music Hall in Toronto on August 24th. Use pre-sale code Keep It Handsome to get your tickets. The link is at any of our social media pages @HandsomePod. We will see you guys there.
Handsome, chatting with friends on the Handsome Pod. Chatting with friends on the Handsome Pod.
Cheers.
Oh, cheers. Welcome to another episode of the Handsome Pod. I'm May Martin, joined by my handsome co-hosts.
Fortune
Tig Notaro.
Feimster.
Tig Notaro.
Oh, Fortune Feimster.
Tig Notaro.
And
Tig
Fortune.
Notaro. Tig Notaro. It's your friend Tig. Fortune, are you there?
Tig. Come on now. You can hear me, huh?
How come nobody's remixed our theme song into like a techno?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, an extended,
The Handsome Pod.
a really long extended dance mix version.
11 minutes.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
it's coming now that you put it out there. Did you ever finish Max's song?
No, I'm still working on it. I swear it's on the list. I swear. I don't want to half-ass it. I really want to do that.
Okay.
All
right.
If we did a techno remix of our theme song, I feel like the pod, like that would be cool. Right before the beat drops. Pod. Yeah.
Pod.
Wow,
Yeah.
Fortune.
I just made up that song right now.
That's really
If you guys need
incredible.
me to mix anything for you, let me know.
Well, I was going to make up a song really quick.
Oh,
okay. Wow. Reminds me of the Craig
Wait.
Robinson episode.
You didn't just make that up, Tig. That was
May, I swear to you,
no.
May, I am not lying to you.
You wrote that.
I can do another one here.
Wow.
Right, just out of nowhere.
I feel like if I was listening to that while I worked out, it would be pretty good. It would like motivate me.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing well.
Wow, we haven't been asked that in a while.
Yeah.
That's,
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
Pretty nice
How
of you
are
to ask that.
are you? My head tilt to the side. But how are you really?
How are you?
Do you ever cry when your therapist asks how you are?
I haven't been to therapy in a minute.
And it shows. Okay. And it shows.
There have been times and when I'm really tired or run down, someone can catch me in a moment where they're like, "How are you?" And I'm just like, "I'm fine."
I've been working so hard to send my wife to France with a new bag.
Oh God, I was having a lunch with Jax like a month ago, and I was tired. We'd been traveling, and I started thinking about a friend, and how her parents were really kind to me once. I had gone on a trip with them, and actually a cruise to Alaska. It was pretty awesome, and I was broke, and they paid for all these cool excursions for me to do with their family. And
They're trying to get rid of you.
I started thinking about it out of nowhere, and we're at lunch, like a really nice place, and I just start bursting out crying, thinking about their kindness. And she's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yes." That was just so nice of them to do that for me.
You were saying this to Jax?
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh, you're unstable.
When kindness makes you cry, that's real nice.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just got me. It got me good.
I always think about this. I had this girlfriend in my teens, and I again, stop me if I've told this before, but I ended up moving in with stop. I moved into her parents' basement with her, and I was evicted from my apartment, moved into this, and her parents were like, who is this person living in our basement with our daughter? But they were super nice people, and her mom was an abortion doctor, I think, like just a real heroic sort of person in general, and they ended up giving me the down payment to rent a new. I think they just wanted to get rid of me, but they gave me like $800 in an envelope to move into a new place. It was very kind.
It did have a note that said, never talk to our daughter again.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds like you were evicted for a second time.
I know.
But it's nice that you saw a positive spin.
It is nice when people just help.
Yeah.
In times when you need it, you know?
And I hadn't asked, so it was nice. And she one time came downstairs in the basement. I'd been living there a couple of weeks, and I guess we had just had sex in the it was the middle of the afternoon, probably
Classic
in the basement,
in the basement room, and then
definitely had that note attached.
You're like, go get $800 out of the bank. We got to get this shrimp nose out
There's
of our
too much
house.
sex happening in our basement.
But I remember getting up to go to the bathroom afterwards, and I was naked, and I opened the door, and the mom is standing right there, and she had been bending over to leave a note for the daughter, like, oh, do you mind blah blah blah, and
Do you mind
I was
keeping the moaning down?
Poor Jen.
And you were butt ass naked?
Butt ass naked. I was so embarrassed, and she was like, oh, okay, and then I had to slink upstairs after to apologize, like fully clothed. I go upstairs, I'm like, I'm so sorry, and she's like, no, I'm an abortion doctor, I've seen it all.
She just keeps throwing that around.
Listen, I abort babies. This is no shock to me.
This is intense.
There was somebody rang our doorbell in the middle of the night. Maybe it was only 10 o'clock. We go to bed early over here. And I got up out of bed. Stephanie was out doing a show, and her mother was spending the night at our house. And she and I, me and Nana, both walked to the front window of the house at 10 o'clock to look out to see who it was. And we were both just chatting at the window of like, oh, I wonder who that was. It's so late. And then we both looked down, and I was just in my panties, which I told you I just sleep in my underwear. And that is how comfortable I am with Stephanie's mother, that I'm not like, oh my God. I'm just standing there barefoot, no pants, panties, no shirt, and we're just discussing the fact that we don't know who just rang the doorbell.
I don't want Jax's mom seeing me like that.
In your panties?
In my panties.
I can't remember if we both kind of mentioned it and laughed for a second, or if it was the next day Stephanie mentioned that clearly her mother had mentioned that. Oh, and then I think we went to stay with her mother, and then her mother made some joke at some point, like, and make sure to put your clothes on this time before whatever. But yeah, I didn't even flinch, and nor did she, as we stood there chatting. She was in her robe, and I'm in panties.
That's nice. Do you have a robe? Do you guys wear bathrobes?
I have a robe, but I don't ever put it in. I just run around. If I have to run downstairs, I just run down in my panties.
Are we talking about tidy whities? What are these?
My panties?
Yeah.
No, they're... No.
Yeah, you rocking that thong, girl?
Always in the thong.
You rocking that thong. What you got?
I don't wear like tidy whities, like boy underwear.
Yeah,
or the girl version of that.
Yeah, I don't wear boy underwear. I definitely wear
briefs, I guess they're called.
No, I think I wear maybe even girly feminine underwear.
Victoria's Secret.
Do you wear lacy underwear?
Not lacy. It's just like my skin color. It's like skin tone, like really thin underwear.
Beige.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's thin.
Yeah, it's like really, it's
Beige
not like thick cotton underwear. It's just
Oh,
like,
it's not. It's silk.
it's not silk. I don't know what it is.
We're trying to get to the bottom of your panties.
Yes. Off of my panties.
Well, I'm just trying to give our listeners a good visual.
Yeah.
We're trying to just picture what we're seeing.
Well, if you
tell
want a
these
really
stories.
good visual, picture me walking through the underwear department of a store looking for little pretty little
Flesh-colored-
flesh-colored lady panties
You're looking for lady panties.
with the look that I have. And it's like, do they think I'm just buying underwear for a gift for someone?
They're like, oh, you're a good boyfriend getting this for your lady. I'm just picturing like a Barbie doll or a Ken doll is just smooth down there. So if you're wearing a flesh colored undie, it might just look like you got nothing.
Yeah, I basically just look like, just a flesh. I just look like flesh.
Ken doll.
Yeah, flesh doll.
Right.
Just chatting at my front window with my mother-in-law.
Not
Love
to pivot, but I just
I thought you were going to tell us about your panties.
I'm just wearing I guess they are girls' underwear, like Calvin Klein black ones with like but they're kind of androgynous. I don't know, but I'm addicted to them.
I like a boxer brief in case anyone wanted to know.
I'll buy you some for your birthday.
I'm a boxer brief gal.
So yeah, I like that.
I got to cover my goods pretty good, you know what I mean?
Gotta cover your holes.
I had to cover all my holes. I don't want anything popping out.
Fortune, put your hole back in.
Ray.
Go on.
I don't know. All I was gonna say is I just noticed because I just got a glass of water before recording, and I noticed that this was a very special glass to me. It was like a vintage Montreal Olympics 1986 or something.
Ooh.
Winter Olympics in Montreal cup or glass, and I put it through the washing machine, and all the markings gone. It's just a clear glass.
I think
now.
you mean dishwasher, not the washing machine.
Yeah, dishwasher.
The washing machine.
Washing machine ruined my glass.
You would hear one big shattering noise and then a bunch of clinkety clink.
So now it's just a glass. We have no clue that it was from the Montreal Olympics.
I know.
1986, before you were even born.
I ordered it specially on Etsy or something because, I have a friend who's like passionate about those the Winter Olympics in Montreal in the 80s, and so I got us these things. And now it's
Wait,
when
that's
were you
before you were born?
Wait, what year
Yeah.
were you born?
87.
I was right.
Yeah.
God, how weird that people were born that year.
Dude, there are people
87.
who are 24 who were born in 2000. I mean, that's crazy to me.
That makes no sense, and it
Right?
should be illegal.
Time is
honestly.
not linear, right? Because it is speeding up.
Yeah,
Something's going on.
something is for
I
sure
feel like
going
we
on.
just celebrated the New Year and it's already
Christmas.
we're headed towards summer.
It's definitely still that thing of when you run into people after the pandemic and you're like, oh, they're 92.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's startling, and I'm sure they feel that when they see me. I mean, it's just
Well, so much time passed where you didn't see people.
Yeah.
You know,
no. I know that's what I'm saying.
we didn't see
Yeah.
Jax's grandma for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
Wow, and she's literally 92, right?
Well, she died.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Thank you guys. That's what I just pulled a Tig.
Oh yeah, that is your signature move, Tig. They're dead. My parents are dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do feel like something is afoot with time, though. I do feel like it's speeding up. I'll get to the bottom of it. Don't you worry.
Thank you, May.
Yeah.
I'll
Thank
circle
you.
back.
Something is afoot with time.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate. When I'm driving, I keep things handsome and smooth. No sudden stops or starts, my eyes on the road at all times.
The more safely you drive, the less you'll pay. Who doesn't want to pay a rate based on your own safe driving? You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in Alaska or California. Subject to terms and conditions. Rates vary by state. In some states, participation in DriveWise allows Allstate to use your driving data for rating And your rate could increase with high-risk driving.
Sometimes part of being handsome is being busy. Thrive Market helps me with my busy schedule by making shopping for groceries easy and affordable. Thrive Market is my go-to for all my grocery and household essentials like Justin's peanut butter, which I love, and Prime Kitchen sauces. And the convenience of ordering everything on their website or their app and getting everything delivered to my doorstep quickly is a huge stress reliever in my life.
Yeah, I love that Thrive Market only allows trusted top quality ingredients while restricting more than 1,000 harmful ingredients like artificial flavors, high fructose corn syrup, and more. Whether you're looking for organic kid snacks, low sugar alternatives, or high protein essentials, you can curate your own shopping experience with a few clicks and trust that you are getting quality products so you can shop worry-free. For instance, I can sort by vegan to make sure everything I order is right for me.
Save time and money and shop Thrive Market today. Go to thrivemarket.com/handsome for 30% off your first order, plus a free $60 gift. That's THRIVE market.com/handsome. thrivemarket.com/handsome.
But May asked us how we were doing. I guess I took it down a weird road. I didn't get to find out how you guys are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm bummed about this glass.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm pretty good. People are always mad at me because I'm flaking a lot. When I get overwhelmed, I say yes to a bunch of social things, and I feel like we've talked on the pod about like getting better at just saying no, and and so that's my constant thing is just like going into shame spirals because I'm letting people down, but I shouldn't have said yes in the first place.
Because you're saying yes because you don't want to like...
Because in the moment, I really want to do all the things.
Right. And then you end up flaking, and they would rather you have just said no in the first place.
Yeah,
because yes and flake.
Because even, let's say I got something on a Wednesday, and on the Monday I don't think I'm going to be able to do that because I got all this other stuff to do. Then I worry about, I should just say on the Monday, hey, I'm not going to be able to make it on Wednesday. But all Monday and Tuesday, I'm like, well, maybe I could still swing it. And then an hour before or something, I'm like, I can't. And then they're
I'm going to drop you like a hot potato and you deal with it.
Deal with it. I'm out.
Deal with my flakiness.
It is better to give people, like if
Heads
you did
up.
it 2 days before, that's better than like an hour before for sure.
Yeah, you should consider people kind of like how doctor's appointments are or massage appointments, or if you don't
24-hour
cancel.
notice.
24 or 48 hours.
48 hours, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where you
Depends on
gotta
the
pay.
place. You got to pay.
Yeah.
You're going to have to start
pay for your
Venmoing your
friendship.
friends.
Do you think that would make them less mad if it was cold hard cash every
They
time I
got
flaked?
$50. Yes.
Yeah.
They would.
$50.
That's usually the cancellation fee, right? $50.
500.
500?
500, and
Where
then
are
I would
you?
consider. This is what I charge all friends that ditch last minute. Venmo me 500, and I will consider a friendship with you.
May, I'm only $50, so
Okay.
so you better think twice before better really know you want to hang out with Tig. Because
That means if I flake on this pod, I'm at 550 right away,
That's
and I don't
right.
even know what
that's
Thomas is going to charge.
550.
Thomas is a cool $600.
Ooh,
Whoa.
I
$600.
paid that once. I paid it once and learned my lesson.
yeah.
But that's if you cancel if the 48 hours has already started.
Yes,
If you cancel
okay.
before the 48 hours, you don't get charged.
Then you pay me. You pay me $700.
Wait, why do we gotta pay?
How are you doing, Tig? Are you well?
I'm doing well. I was telling Stephanie yesterday or this morning when we were having coffee, I was saying how I think I'm a full-blown homebody now.
Yeah.
I used to go out and be at the clubs working on comedy.
By
7
I thought you meant
nights.
the clubs. Like,
do you mean duck clubs?
Yeah, the club.
Yeah,
the
dancing.
club.
I was always out dancing and shutting down every club in town. The comedy clubs, I was always at them 7 nights a week. If there was a party, I would go. If there was like a movie premiere or whatever, I would just be like, yeah, I'm game. And now it's
I'm
like
gay and I'm game.
I am game. It just really kind of depends on how I'm feeling, if I'm going to really commit to that.
Yeah, it takes a lot to get you out. Yeah.
It really does, because I love being home. I love being with Stephanie and our kids and our 3 ridiculous cats that follow us all around the house.
That's
Cats
funny.
don't normally do that. And I think I've talked about it on here, and I'm not going to stop talking about it. But 3 cats, okay?
That's pretty ridiculous.
It is so dumb. They sleep in our room with us. When we go into Max and Finn's rooms for bedtime to read them stories, and the cats come in there. All 3 of them hang out when it's time to eat. It's so fun.
Yeah,
and
you gotta party there already. That's
yeah. And
yeah, that's
so
fun.
I don't know. I mean, I certainly will go out and work on new material, or sometimes I'll go to a party or an event, but I don't know. And it's getting harder for me to even like travel, go out of town, get on a flight, because I'm like, I just want to be home and enjoy this ridiculously cute situation at our house.
I kind of relate, because there's this game that we started playing, me and the woman I'm involved with and her daughter, where I've never been a huge Taylor Swift fan, but they both love Taylor Swift.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
I know.
Oh.
So
I'm a Swiftie.
Yeah,
I'm
2
becoming
against 1.
I really get it now. So the game is we put on that song "Mean" by Taylor Swift, which is like, why you gotta be so mean? And then this adorable 5-year-old embodies Taylor Swift. So she stands up on like a stage and she's doing the concert, and then me and Parv are in the audience, and then basically at some point during the song she picks one of us to come on stage with her, and we are screaming. We're like, oh my god, she's touching me. Oh my god, Taylor. And she kind of is like lip syncing, but she doesn't really know the words, so she's kind of being like and then usually if she picks Parv, I'm like, that's my wife up there. I play this character who's this old guy. And then if I get picked, I go, the guys at the station are not going to believe this. And I have this whole backstory where I'm a firefighter, and then we take selfies with Taylor. But I'm not kidding. We will do this 5 times in a row with the whole song through every time. And it's slight variations, and it is so fun.
Right. Would
That's
you
cute.
go to a big Hollywood bash?
No,
or would you stay home? Yeah,
No.
it's like you're going to choose the cutest little person doing the cutest little thing.
Yeah.
And no, I'm not going anywhere.
But whose party is it?
This is
party is
okay.
it?
If I'm at a Hollywood bash and Brad Pitt is going to lip sync Taylor Swift with me and play this exact game, I'm in.
Sorry, kid.
Yeah. But I want this game to be happening because
It's really
endlessly
cute.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah. I like being at home too.
Yeah. You got this adorable little puffball, and it's fun at home.
Biggie's the greatest thing ever. And just being on the couch with Biggie and Jax, and we're watching TV. The fireplace is going. We got a little vino. He's going between us for snuggles. We have a pretty
taking
big
turns?
couch.
Why would you leave?
We have a big couch. We're on pretty opposite ends of the couch. And he goes back and forth for the love. It's hard to leave, even when I go on the road.
Sense.
When I go on the road, I'm like, ugh, I can't believe I gotta miss snuggle time. Like in the mornings, he's between us getting snuggles, and
I
so
like the
hard.
idea that on the couch you and Jax are sitting at opposite ends.
This couch we bought is so ridiculous. It's so big, and we both like to be on the edge, so you have your heads up to watch. So we're so far apart. Hello.
Yeah, we have our little fireplace going. It's not like we're not burning wood or anything, but we're sitting there.
Nor us.
In the mornings and evenings. I mean, it's pretty snuggly in the house.
I found that in general, people aren't staying out late as much since the pandemic. Have you noticed that?
I don't know, because I'm home.
That's true.
I have my shows at 7:00
I
so
know,
that
but
I
even
can
like
leave.
comedy shows, like people don't really want to go to like a 10 p.m. show anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
No thanks.
I think you're
Yeah.
right. I think that's for me. That's LA as well. Like London was super, and New York. Like a show will start at midnight or something crazy. And LA, I think everything's far apart. People want to be home.
But even last time I was in New York, things were closing at like 11 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
We were trying to find a restaurant and like everything was closing. I was like, this is New York where things used to stay open until like 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
I used to think nothing about adding a second show, or when I was doing comedy clubs and they do sometimes 3 shows on a weekend night. No problem. Now I'm like, oh my God, if my agent's like, do you want to add another show? I'm like, I don't know if I can. I don't know. I truly don't know if I can do such a thing. All I can
You're like, can we
see
bring
is
a chair out there?
yeah, or like
And
a
cats?
fireside snuggle with my entire family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just gets, I don't know if it's my age or what, but I guess it's better than having what I have at home and wanting to leave all the time.
True.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. May, you used to be quite the social butterfly. Has that tamed since being with a 5-year-old more?
Maybe naturally a little bit, but also just it's like time scarcity. It's not that like I think I go in waves and phases, and like with work stuff. But I think in the summer I'm a lot more out
social.
there. You know that movie 28 Days Later, or any of those like post-apocalyptic movies where it's like an empty city and you can just kind of roam around and like stores are just open. I think I'd like that, where
You would like that until a zombie's coming after you.
don't even start.
Zombs.
I
Zombs
hate
coming.
them.
You're like, I can get anything I want at this grocery store. There's no one here to check me out.
and then I
Great.
hear,
And then
no, I regularly have nightmares about zombies. I really am not a fan.
regularly.
Yeah, honestly, like
How would you have
weekly.
dealt being in a zombie movie?
Oh, yeah.
I would have been terrified. Even if I did an escape room once where there was a zombie chained up in the room with us, and every 15 minutes the chain would get longer so he could reach us better.
Yeah.
And I was losing my mind. Like,
You must have been terrified.
I
You must
was
have been terrified, May.
terrified, even though I knew it was just the same guy who like signed us in at the beginning at the front desk in like bad makeup.
With his fake
He's like-
mustache.
He's like, don't forget to swipe your credit card at the end of this. and
That's
pay
good,
for your
Fortune.
experience."
Have you
We
ever
also
played a
accept
zombie?
PayPal.
What is it called? Zell or Zelly or something?
Zell.
Zell.
Zombies
Don't
use
laugh
Zelly.
at me. I'm home snuggling with my family. I'm not paying
Zelly?
strangers on some weird app. Should we check in to see what our question is while you laugh at
Yes,
me?
We should.
Yeah. Dear cat parents, cat people of all stripes, we know you're obsessed with your cat. Admit it. If we looked at your camera roll, it would be like 90% just pictures of your feline buddy. You give them the best. But if you're honest, you struggle to keep their litter box clean. Have you heard of Litter Robot?
Litter Robot is the solution to all your litter box problems. Litter Robot's self-cleaning technology automatically cleans after every use, so your cats will always have a fresh bed of litter to do their business, and your friends won't think your house smells like a litter box. My cats, or as I call them, Kitty City, and we were sent a litter robot to try out, and we've been loving it. Our cats are happier with a cleaner litter, and so am I.
As a special offer to listeners of the show, go to stopscooping.com/handsome and enter promo code handsome to save an extra $50 on any Litter Robot bundle. That's an extra $50 off any Litter Robot bundle at stopscooping.com/handsome and enter promo code handsome at the checkout. Stopscooping.com/handsome and enter promo code handsome. The weather's getting warmer. It's time for me to ditch my jackets and my sweaters I got to find some shorts and some t-shirts. I used to waste my money on clothes that would only last for like one season, but that was until I found Quince. And now I've got high quality pieces that never go out of style.
Quince has all the seasonal must-haves like 100% European linen shirts from $30. Performance polos and versatile flow knit activewear. The best part, all Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands.
By partnering directly with top factories, Quince cuts the cost of the middleman out and passes the savings on to us. And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices, along with premium fabrics and finishes, which I love. I just got bamboo sheets, which are very breathable. They're not too hot for the summer. Very cozy. I spend a lot of time in bed, so I want to make it like the best.
Upgrade your wardrobe. Go to quince.com/handsome for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/handsome to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/handsome.
Our questioner today is a fashion designer, a TV host best known as the fashion guru of the hit Netflix series Queer Eye. He's also the co-host of a competition show, Next in Fashion. He's unbelievably handsome and charming. His memoir is titled Naturally Tan, which is a great title. Tan France is asking today's question. Fortune, do you know him?
I do know Tan. He's so
I do too.
nice.
You do?
I do.
2 against 1. How do you guys know him?
I met Tan for the first time backstage at SNL a long time ago. He was there with Pete Davidson.
What? Are they buddies?
Tan's friends
They
with like
dated.
everyone. Did not. And Tan's just so social and nice. And
So nice.
it's like, hello. I can't do Tan's voice, but you know. Like,
Can I
"Hello,
try?"
darling." Yeah.
Because it's a really specific British accent. It's like, do you know what? Wait. Fortune, do you know what? You could actually really rock a straight leg pant. And I really think that if you experimented a bit more, you could even be wearing a V-neck by Tuesday.
By Tuesday.
Is that Tan? Tan, hello, is that you?
It's me.
And then Tan lives in Salt Lake City. And so we've tried a couple times when I've been out there for shows to get together, but it was like right around, the first time was like right around when their kid was being born. So it was like bad timing. And then this last time he was out of town. So, but I'll see him at like Netflix events and stuff. He's just so cool and obviously very fashionable. He's always like rocking some cool situation.
I got a big crush on him, I think. I love his hair. I just, his smooth vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in our video, if you watch the YouTube version of this, you'll see him. He's wearing a hat because he's filming something. And didn't want to give away what they were doing, so it's pretty cool.
Well, let's hear it.
Hello, Handsomes. Tan France here. First off, huge congrats on the success of your podcast. So I'm so happy for you. And now I have a question for you. Is there one moment that you look back on and think, I really wish I'd taken that opportunity? Maybe if it's not even a work thing. Maybe it's a partner that you let go that you wish you had kept, or somebody that you'd stayed with longer or got rid of sooner. I would love to know.
What if we were all like, we wish we had
one gal that got
that
away.
got away. Oh my God.
I'm so glad someone finally asked this.
Yeah.
Stephanie, plug your ears. It was what's her
wow.
name?
Gosh, I haven't really thought about a missed opportunity or.
I like that, like a sliding doors kind of. I saw a quote on Instagram, some like inspirational meme that was like, whatever decision you make, just make a decision, no matter, like, that's the most important thing. And then, I feel
Not
like
being
there's
flippy floppy.
Yeah, so there's
Which
no
is
like.
funny because you're kind of struggling through your sentence.
I really am flippy flopping all over this
You need
quote.
to make a decision about what this quote is.
Yeah.
I know. I might have to Google it.
But take your time, work it through. What is it?
It was just like the grass is always greener, kind of. So like whatever decision you make is the right one, and then it will
Stay the course.
Yeah. When I was like 14 and I was doing sketch comedy with my two best friends, and some production company like wanted us to pitch a TV show, and they had interest from like a Canadian network. And we got as far as like a contract, and and it would be a teen sketch comedy show with the three of us. And this is like our dream come true. And our parents said no, our collective parents. Having looked at the contract, I think they were like, this seems bad and you're in school. And so for years I was like, God, I wish I'd done that. But now looking back, I'm like, thank fuck. Like I already was such a chaotic, if I'd had TV money or something, or my little
now you're on a
ego
hit
would have been
teen sketch show.
I think my brain would have exploded. I would have just been so supercharged with like weird, I don't know. Yeah. But that for years I was like, God, if only we'd done that.
Right. I certainly look at things of like, oh, that thing didn't happen and what would have happened had it happened. But I tend to live in the space of like that, of like, thank goodness that didn't happen. It might have been cool in certain ways, but my life wouldn't be this had that happened. And I like where I'm at. So had something made the course veer off from that, I don't know if that would have been a good thing. Yeah. So I tend to not think of those things as missed opportunities as much as like that wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel similarly. Sometimes I get very caught up in the thought of, kind of in a reverse way, of so appreciative of how things are that I have slight panic attacks when I think about, oh my gosh, what if I hadn't taken that job? I wouldn't have met this person.
Yeah.
Or,
yeah.
you know,
one
like,
little thing was different. Yeah.
One little thing. And I even, gosh, one of my closest, dearest pals from my childhood, Beth, is just a constant, has been a constant in my life. We're so close. Been totes BFF since childhood. We moved out here together. We moved actually all around wherever she was going to school or college or getting her master's.
Oh, yeah,
like,
you would trail around. Yeah.
But I have those moments where I freak out thinking, what if I didn't meet Beth? Because the reason I met Beth is because I failed. And we ended up in class together. And so it's like I could be thinking, oh, I wish I had done well in school. But God, thank God I didn't, because I met Beth. And I think the reason I was failing in school was because I had a lot going on at home. And there was some, some hard stuff. And it all kind of... It all just feeds into each other. Like, this is great. I wouldn't change my life. And I think about also when Lake Bell, the actress Lake Bell, had written and was going to direct her own movie and star in it, and she had it basically cast. And she called me and said, "Hey, do you want to come for the table read and give notes?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I went, and just that thing of like, I just showed up. And so I wasn't promised there's no discussion of me being in her movie. It was just like, hey, buddy, you want to come? We're going to read through the thing, and do you want to give notes? Yeah, sure. I go, I do that. And then she said, hey, if I change this role to a woman, would you want to do the role? And I was like, that's sure.
Good to remember about flaking too. Like, you never know what you're going to miss. Yeah,
totally. And that was where I met Stephanie. And it's so crazy because, before movies, they'll have those cast dinners where everyone meets and hangs out before you film. And Stephanie and I were seated right next to each other at the cast table. And we turned and said, hello. And then she turned and talked to the producer on her right. And I turned to the left and talked to Michaela Watkins the rest of the night. We didn't ever talk again. And that was my wife. That was my wife.
Funny.
So I have those kind of moments. Even like Thomas coming into my life, and you know. But truly, it's like Stephanie one day was like, hey, I just did this project. There's this guy. He feels like he seems really smart. He's very capable, and he just feels like your speed. And I was like, okay, I'll meet with him, because I was looking for a new assistant, and he came over, and we're almost 10 years working together. And not to get all mushy, but I'm so thankful for Thomas. I'm so thankful for so many parts of my life. And I just,
We're thankful for you
as
too,
well
Thomas.
as this podcast and what we're doing. It's like I took a risk of shutting down my other podcasts and throwing everything into Handsome, and it's paid off. And so that's what I have to say.
I don't want to be presumptuous, but I have a regret of a missed opportunity, but it's for your life, Tig, because it's a story that you told of when you were at a restaurant and then you were invited to hang out with Paul McCartney or something, and you were like, oh, we got to get up early in the morning, and you didn't go. I wake up in the night like haunted by this, because I'm like,
That sounds like Tig.
You could have been friends.
Nighttime.
You could have been friends with him, and then I could have maybe met him. He could have. Oh my God!
I know. It's a weird. I guess that's that age thing of. I was at a PETA event, and somebody and Paul McCartney was performing there, which was already a magical night where you're watching Paul McCartney.
So cool.
Yeah, pretty intimate venue as well. And somebody from his crew came up and was like, hey, saw me or knew I was in the audience, and was like, hey, there's an after party if you would like to join us. And I was like, whoa. But my flight was leaving at like 5:30 in the morning.
Oh my
and
God.
I was like, I think I'm going to pass, just because I knew I was going to be in a living hell. I can't sleep very well on flights, and I had a show that night the following day.
If you ever encounter him again, you maybe be like, I'm sorry I missed that opportunity, and please can we make up for it?
I did eat dinner next to him at this vegetarian Indian restaurant one night, and then
Different table though?
Different table. He was seated right next to me. And then another time when I was at Air One grocery store, I was in line with Ringo Starr. So
what? Oh my God!
Around you.
He's Paul McCartney's on my real.
On your
I think
to-do
he's my
list?
number one.
On your list.
He's on my to-do list. I gotta do Paul.
Almost put that on the list for me to meet
Paul McCartney. Or anything with Paul McCartney.
I had when I was filming my first half-hour special, like a Netflix thing, and filming it at Just for Laughs, and there was a moment before I went on stage where someone said, do you want to maybe untuck your t-shirt? And this is connected to Tan France, because I had just been watching that season of Queer Eye, the first one with those guys, and I said, no, I'm doing a French tuck. And I regret it so much, because it was not a French tuck. What I had done was so bizarre. And if I had just listened to that person, because it was like people were commenting on it online and going, what a weird choice. And then I kept saying in the comments, like, hey, at Tan France, I was tagging Tan France. What do you think? How did the French tuck turn out? And he never responded or engaged. And I was just desperate for approval.
Better not to say anything.
And when you say a French tuck,
that's
is
like
that what you said?
Yeah,
Should I show it? Okay, so that's like, okay, so
YouTube viewers are getting something special right now.
I'm standing up. So this is untucked, right?
We're
a French
looking at
tuck.
May's crotch.
Oh my gosh, it's a zoom in on May's crotch.
May's crotch.
If
We're
I
seeing
understand
some holes.
correctly, Mr. France, then this is a French, or as he would say, tuck, a French tuck.
Oh, where it's like not all the way around.
It's just a slight tuck, like one.
Yeah, like a kid, basically. Like my kids are French tucking.
Yeah.
They French tuck in the back or the side or the front. Oh my gosh, when they're playing basketball, their French tuck is so ridiculous.
Hey, Tan, what do you think of my French tuck?
Oh my God, how pathetic that I was trying to get
so
some
funny.
traction online
I
supporting
need
it.
one of those queer eye guys. To
Did he
sign
create
off on
the
this.
French tuck?
Nobody really brought it into the zeitgeist by
Oh,
advising
okay.
a lot of misguided straight men to just experiment with the French tuck.
And misguided they thems.
Yes, I do think I need some guidance in that arena. Or at that point, I was over plucking my eyebrows like crazy. I had just dyed my own hair in the hotel room that day on the day of
Wow.
recording, like from a box, and it was kind of an orangey flavor. And and then the French tuck, and I did have the moment where I could have adjusted, and the skinniest jeans. Oh,
And are skinny jeans not cool now?
apparently not, and I miss them.
I think I'm wearing skinny. I think I still wear skinny jeans.
How skinny are we talking though? Like sprayed on? Are you wearing them now?
I am.
Can we see?
Yeah, give us something, Tig. Let's see that crotch.
I don't know.
The YouTube viewers are really getting something
I
special.
can't.
Tig is
We can't
standing up.
see your. We can't
there's
see
a-
your jeans. They look skinny, but
I
think any
can't.
jean on you is skinny, right?
I can't do it. I
It's
couldn't
a nice
get-
denim shirt though.
Well,
So
thank
you're wearing
you.
the Canadian tuxedo.
I thought you
You're
were about
wearing-
to show us your Ponzies.
No. I could go get some out of my drawer and show them to you, but we'll do that another time.
I wonder if Biggie has any missed opportunities that he regrets.
Yeah, for those
No
of you that
chance Biggie has missed a single opportunity in life.
Biggie just appeared. He jumped. Jax opened the door and he ran in and jumped in my lap. So for you two folks, this is my man Biggie right here, my boy.
Oh my god.
He is
I would
such
say
a
my
precious
missed
little
opportunity was not by choice. But I think about things I could have done that could have helped with that. But again, it would have changed the course of my life. And it was when I auditioned for SNL. Speaking of that earlier, I tested twice for that show. They flew me out 2 summers in a row. It was
How would
2000
you not get that?
Yeah, that is
How
a
would
miss.
you not get that?
I don't know.
Anyway.
I have to think it just wasn't meant to be. You know what I mean? That's the only way I can kind of. Biggie's bored by this story.
Biggie's heard this a million times, I'm
Big
sure.
yawn from Biggie.
Well, it was my dream for sure, and it was like that had been my North Star. Like it was the thing I grew up watching and loved and was obsessed with, and I followed it more than I followed stand up. I didn't really follow stand up. Sketch was like my thing. I studied at the Groundlings, and I got an opportunity to submit a tape, and randomly a friend from home, my tiny town of Belmont, she was like, I'm friends with a producer, and she said if you send a tape, she'll watch it. And I was very early on in Groundlings, so I hadn't even gotten to the stage of performance yet, so I was pretty green.
yeah.
And I think I might have been like 2 years too early for what I,
So
skill wise.
You weren't even doing stand up at that point?
I was doing stand up, but only 4 years in.
Okay.
Fortune,
And,
can you lower the mic? I can't see Biggie fully.
There he is. And
Did
and
you have
so-
to go in with characters? Sorry.
Yeah, you had to do a 5-minute thing, a 5-minute bit of multiple characters.
Okay.
And she was like, my friend will watch it. And I was like, yeah, that like I'm in LA. You're telling me that, someone from my tiny town of 10,000 people is going to be the person that gets the scene. And sure enough, I sent it in, and a couple months went by. I didn't think anything about it. I got a phone call like 3 p.m. from my friend's friend who worked at SNL. She's like, we watched your tape. I've been wanting to call you for a while. I just now got the green light. Can you get on a plane tonight and
So you were like,
audition in
this
the morning?
is happening.
I was
Oh,
like,
fuck.
I had just gotten my first manager. I was only 2 weeks in with this person. Didn't have an agent. That's how green all of this was.
Yeah.
And I auditioned.
You're like, well, let me get my wigs.
I know, right? And I like wrote my audition on the plane. And that one was out of my hands because it was so like spontaneous, last minute. And I actually think I did the best audition then. I didn't have time to get fearful. I didn't have time to get in my head or second guess anything. And it's very common at SNL to have to audition 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
So I didn't get it then. And I understood I was like pretty green. And I came back the next summer. But the next summer, I think I didn't put into it what I should have. I was like dating somebody and kind of like not taking, I wasn't focused like I ultimately ended up being focused. And that audition was okay, but not, it didn't have the like thing that the first
Yeah.
one had. And then I didn't get it.
But
And
SNL is like so grueling, you know? Like I
Yeah.
wonder if you would have had a good experience.
You wouldn't have had time.
think about
you wouldn't have
that.
met Jax. You wouldn't have had time with
think
Biggie.
Exactly.
You wouldn't have Handsome.
any of this.
You wouldn't have
Right.
Thomas.
That's why I don't look at it as a missed opportunity. I sometimes think like, had I wanted that path, there were things I could have done to have made it more of a chance, and I
Yeah.
didn't for whatever reason. And then I ended up getting Chelsea lately and didn't even submit or anything the next year, so I have no idea if they would have brought me back. But I
Yeah.
just have to look at it as it wasn't meant to be.
I just got a vision.
What?
Handsome host SNL.
Yeah, look
Put
at
it
that.
on the list, Thomas.
on the
Handsome
list, Thomas.
hosts SNL. Make
Musical
it happen,
guest, Paul
Thomas.
McCartney.
Fortune, call your friend from your podunk town.
Shout out to that friend though. She, I mean, that was a cool thing she did.
Yeah.
Emily. Shout out Emily.
I'm imagining Tig's SNL audition if you did one and you have to do a medley of characters and they're all similar. They're all like, well, I'm Brian, I guess, and and I'm Sandra.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have thrived there. I think that was a time where, it still wasn't like in the business, it wasn't thought being different was a good thing. That was a time in the business where it was like, what do we do with you? And I think I might have come up against that a bit there.
With casting and stuff though, like I'm casting this series right now and getting to watch like dozens of tapes, and it is really, some of these auditions are amazing, but it's just like you can't even put your finger on why it's not right for the part, and it's like nothing to do with how good the tape is. It's just like what's in your head. And so yeah, with casting I'm usually able to, even if I'm disappointed, I'm like it's so subjective, and it's usually nothing to do with your ability, it's probably
I guess personal wise, if there's anything I would have maybe, I don't even know if I would change, but I didn't allow myself to have a lot of fun at times in like my 20s and early 30s because I was then so focused on work and so focused on, but again, like would I change that? Would I still be in the position that I'm at? But there are times where I'm like, you could have stayed out, like your thing too. Like you could have stayed out a little later that night, or
You could have partied with Paul.
yeah, you could have hung out with so and so, or you could have gone on, just kind of like allowing myself to have a little bit more of a life.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm way in that mode right now. I just want to be in my life.
Yeah.
Well, should we see what Tan has to say?
Let's hear what Tan has to say. Yeah.
I really wish that I had had kids earlier. I have 2 children, and I had my first one when I was 38. And I really wish I had taken the opportunity my partner and I had 7 or 8 years ago to have children, because quite frankly, I'm knackered. I'm so bloody tired. And I definitely was too old for it. My body was just too old for it. An achy back, creaky knees. So yeah, I really wish I'd done it in my early 30s.
Oh,
But I'm still so grateful. Truly.
yes.
Do you think that ever, Tig?
Oh my God. Well, I mean, yes and no. I feel like in my 20s and 30s, I had a great time.
Yeah.
I had a blast. I mean, I worked really hard, but I for sure was going out doing stuff and dating and traveling and all that. But I really wanted to wait until I was 40 to have kids. And then I, of course, couldn't foresee that I was going to get so sick
Right.
when I hit that age. So it delayed my having children a little more. But I feel like I'm more stable and secure and grounded, and I'm better off as a parent right now. I would not have been a good parent before 40 or before I got sick or before I was with Stephanie. So it, again, landed at the right time. But I do have moments where I'm like, Stephanie and I have those days where we have conversations of like, what if we just had 5 kids? And of course, we're not going to have more kids, but I don't know. But yeah, I'm tired. I got rickety knees and back and all of those things. But it's, man, I feel
always
lucky.
think about our parents' generation, and like, I think my parents were like 24 or something when they had my brother, and like that, your children, like that is crazy. And there's bonuses because you have so much energy, but then also you don't know who you are. You have no idea what is going on when you're 24.
But then you're like not child free, but then they're out of the house and you're like, I'm cutting loose now, and you're only like, I don't know.
Yeah, in your mid 40s or something.
Yeah, I know. When I cut loose now, I'm like, ow. Ow.
I do think like if we at this age, like I'm so tired. I'm like, can you imagine if we also were trying to care for children while pulling ourselves together?
But you do access wells of energy that you didn't know you had just because you have to, I guess. My friends all say that you're just like, I guess, well, I have to get up. So you do. But yeah.
I know. I wrote Tan. I said, I hope that you're getting some rest.
Likely
but
not.
Their kids are in the like really little stage. I imagine that's pretty exhausting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Max and Finn are completely, I mean, not completely self-sufficient, but I mean, they can like get their cereal out and get that going.
They can make themselves an espresso.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
but they could even take a bath if they had to. I always think about that, where I'm like, if something happens to us, and we, for some reason, Stephanie and I were not alive, and they were stuck in the house. What could they? And they can feed themselves. It might not be a healthy, sustainable diet, but they can reach the food and they can make simple things. And
they would finally get that second ice cream.
And a third probably. Yeah, but they can give themselves baths and
I know.
use
I
the
picture
bathroom.
Max and Finn like reading, because they read like books. Like they are like before when I don't know which episode it was, but when we were talking about The Princess Bride and being like, have you seen that movie? And you were like, I don't know if the kids have seen that. I'm like, well, I guess, they could just go and put a movie on and watch it.
Yeah. I mean, once they were 4, maybe 3, 4, they started getting up by themselves. They go play and
see, that's nice.
So cool.
Yeah. We got the 2 looking after each other.
That's super nice. Yeah.
And bopping each other in the head from time to time. But it was so cute. I have to say, this morning we had to take Max. We dropped Finn at school, and then we took Max to his eye exam. Like, he had to go have his eyes looked at, and because they're bothering him when he's reading. Okay. And so we go to the exam, and he asked if he could stop to get a donut. There's this vegan donut shop near our house, and so we go there, and then he just said, we should probably get one for Finn too. Oh, and it's just like so cute.
That's cute.
It's so
They're
cute.
Teammates.
They always get something for the other one when they're really out by themselves.
That's
and
cool.
It just destroys us.
I used to, when I was like 5, I remember, or maybe even younger, waking up with my older brother and not waking up my parents, and we would go to the fridge and get a Kraft cheese slice, like a single where it's in
plastic.
Yes. And we would watch
It's
Pee-wee's
in
Playhouse.
Plastic, and it's made of plastic.
Yes, it's pure plastic.
It's pure. You don't even have to take the plastic off. You can just eat it with the plastic covering.
Yeah. And we would watch Pee-wee's Playhouse always, and that was a very nice ritual. I love Pee-wee's Playhouse. That was very good. Like formative. Sense of humor. Did you guys watch that?
Yeah.
I didn't, but I saw the movie. I saw the Pee Wee Herman
Miss
movie.
Yvonne.
Oh, Miss Yvonne was beautiful. Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm.
In real life, the most beautiful woman in Puppet Land, Miss Yvonne.
Absolutely. She's awesome. Another Groundlings gal.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
Was he Groundlings?
Lynn.
Paul Rubens?
Oh, yeah. That's where he created the character.
That's
But
amazing.
it was like a darker character, like more adults.
Mm-hmm.
And then
There
they
is a
made
lot
it
of
kids.
yeah, like innuendo. Even if you watch it now, you're like, I missed that as a kid.
Yeah.
But
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Somebody said bopping on the head. It made me think of that old song, Little Bunny Foo Foo, I don't want to see you. Hopping through the forest or something, picking
Scooping up the field mice and bopping them on the head.
You remember, babe, have you
Yeah.
heard that?
Do you want to?
No.
You don't know that song?
You don't know
Two
it?
Against
no,
One.
I have
Two against
never.
one.
I was
Little
hoping
bunny
that this would be
foo-foo.
another.
Hopping
I
through
don't
the
want to
forest,
see you. Wait,
scooping up the field
scooping up
mice
field mice
and
and bopping
bopping them on the head.
Okay, I got questions because I thought that was going to be like a Joe the Button Man thing where me and Tig were like, Fortune, what are you talking?
No, me,
But I
Fortune,
just have
and
never heard
Biggie.
that,
No,
I don't
Why
know.
is this-
I'm not getting the words right, but it's in that vein.
little
Why
bunny
is the-
foo-foo hopping through the forest,
it's
scooping
not I
up the
Don't Wanna
field
See You?
mice and bopping them on the head.
There
Why
it
is the rabbit
Why
doing
do
that
I
to the
say I
mice?
don't want to see you.
Maybe that
Little-
is some. I don't know. Let's
Another
make
word.
this go viral too.
By the way, I'm still getting sent Joe and the Button Factory songs.
That's almost daily people are
there's
commenting.
A group there's another video of a group in a park and the guy's singing it and it's all adults and people are sending that one to me now.
Oh,
my
lucky
God. So why is this bunny
Foo-foo.
beating up these mice, bopping them on the head? I don't think
'Cause
that's
they're-
normal bunny behavior.
They're
Because
scooping them up.
They're ruining the grass.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
The mice are so then the rabbit
mice
is
are doing something, so you got to bop them on.
digging them up and knocking
Not
them
very
out.
vegan. Not very vegan.
Yeah.
The mice are okay though.
Okay.
I saw a wild bunny in our garden the other day,
How wild.
hopping around. How wild did you say?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
how
it was
wild.
Raven. It was. It had a glow stick, and it was just like a beautiful brown rabbit.
Fortune wants attention. You want to look at
Oh,
her
sorry,
screen?
Fortune.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cute.
That's really cute, Fortune.
Thank
Biggie
you.
and Fortune.
That's just a little something extra for anyone who's gone to YouTube to watch after you listen to the audio.
Mm-hmm.
Gone to YouTube to see my son
To
Biggie.
watch this. Yeah.
Yes.
I too am a young mother, and Biggie's exhausting, but it's worth
Biggie
it.
is so ridiculously cute. It's painful.
He'll just fall asleep in your arms, eh?
Yeah.
Do you know what
man.
has become a problem for me? Is
What?
you know how Instagram is like throws things in your feed?
Yeah.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I liked a video of a dog in a wheelchair,
Uh-oh.
and that is my sweet spot. If you throw a little pup in a wheelchair,
Yeah.
Oh, they're so cute.
my God.
A little
The
three-legged.
or just like the front legs pulling and the two legs in the back. I'm like,
Yeah.
and now it only sends me that. And I don't know if that makes me a terrible person that I love seeing animals in wheelchairs. There's no part of me going, ugh, now all I get are dogs in wheelchairs. I'm like,
You're like, thank
yes,
you, algorithm.
we have hit the sweet spot here.
Instagram just sends me videos of Paul Mescal in interviews and working out and looking hot.
Oh, somebody's been looking that up.
Okay.
I guess I don't know I don't remember liking any posts, but that Instagram is just always
The
sending me
algorithm.
Paul Mescal.
He is cute.
Well, thanks so much, Tan, for the question.
Yes. Thank
Listen, you don't want to miss an opportunity in your life to see Tig or Fortune or I performing. Tig, you got any shows
I'm
coming
going to
up?
be May 26th. I will be at Largo in Los Angeles working out new material, and which go to tignotaro.com and you can find all of my show and ticket information there. And please check out my new special called Hello Again on Amazon. What about you two? What's going on?
I have got, if you just check out my Instagram or maymartin.net, I'm doing shows around LA and sometimes Toronto. And yeah, that's it. Check out SAP, my special on Netflix. Fortune, what about you?
Nice.
I'm going to be doing some fun casinos this summer, and you can catch those at my website, fortunefeimster.com.
Okay, I'm going to go there now.
All right.
Until then.
Keep
Keep
it
it handsome.
handsome.